everyone, I am Alice of KHR Arts and Cloud Orchid Publishing, and today I am going to talk about, do we really need to be on Goodreads, and what exactly does it do for us as authors? So first and foremost, I do want to say I would not consider myself to be like a Goodreads guru by any means. I am not an expert, so please do take everything I say in this video with a grain of salt. That being said, from my personal experience, I am on Goodreads. I do have all of my books featured on Goodreads. First thing to remember as being an author on Goodreads is that in order to have your book registered on Goodreads, you do need to have an IBN code. Now, what that means is if you look on the back of a book that you buy at a bookstore, it'll have that barcode and there will be some numbers above it. That's the IBN code, those numbers. You have to buy that and register that, and that number is unique and it is specifically registered to your book. And having an IBN code is required in order to have your book sold in bookstores, as well as to have it on shelves at your local library, and in order to have it featured on places like Goodreads. So if you're a self-published author, that is a very important step that you want to make sure that you invest in, is having that IBN code, because it will open up a lot more opportunities for you as an author. Now, once you have the IBN code and you're able to get your books registered on Goodreads, there are some other things that you can do on there. However, I have heard mixed reviews about how active as an author you want to be on Goodreads. I have heard some success stories with some authors where they swear by being active on Goodreads. How do you be active on Goodreads? So they do have a blog feature on Goodreads where you can write little blog posts about yourself as an author, about books you've read, about your books, whatever you want, honestly. I wrote a couple of blog posts on there, but I didn't really get much traction on it. And to be perfectly honest, I already have so much on my plate, and I already have so many other outlets where I essentially do vlogging or blogging, that the last thing I needed was one more place to have to do that. So I have not kept up with it. Another way that you can be active on Goodreads is by reading other books and leaving reviews on people's books on Goodreads. That is the primary function of Goodreads, is for readers to be able to find recommended books and then leave reviews about the books they've read. That's pretty much what Goodreads is for. It's just another book review site sort of thing. And that can be helpful or it can be harmful to you as an author. I have seen many posts where people complain about one-star reviews, where unfortunately they complain about some people trolling on Goodreads, where people will just leave one-star mean reviews just to be mean. A lot of times they haven't even read the book and they'll just write these things. I don't really know what exactly they're trying to accomplish with that, because it's well known that leaving a bad review about a book will not get you a free book, because it's already assumes that you purchased and read the book. So it's just people being mean on the internet is really all it is. And that comes to the other side that I have heard, is that as an author, you really should not be on Goodreads. What that means is that you should not really be actively participating on Goodreads, not just in terms of it's not going to help you as an author, but it's also not going to help your mental health. That a lot of authors will not read the reviews on Goodreads because a lot of times it can be disheartening. As again, unfortunately, there are trolls that will leave mean reviews and for some people, it's hard to read criticism about your book, which I completely understand. It can be hard to take that kind of criticism sometimes. At the end of the day, I would say it is important to be on Goodreads, at least in the capacity of be a registered author on Goodreads. Make sure that all of your IBN codes for your books are registered on Goodreads so that they are there and available for your readers to find and to be able to leave you reviews. Beyond that, I would say it's really up to you and what your capacity is for how much work that you are willing to put in or capable of putting in, and then how much of that hardship of having to read those reviews you really want to deal with. I would say weigh those things, but at the very least make sure that you're on there, because it is a very important resource for having your books be discovered and be reviewed as an author. And as we all know, reviews are king. in the publishing world. In order to push your books up the algorithms and to potentially get real book reviewers reviewing your book, you really need to make sure that you're out there really getting your readers to leave you those important reviews. Of course, there are tons of other resources as an author. There's also BookBub, all of the various social media platforms. TikTok has even become a big platform that a lot of authors are using. Again, as I've said in my previous video about using different social media platforms, it's all in what works best for you and the strategy that ultimately you are capable of and willing to do for yourself and your books. That's my judgment on, is Goodreads important? I would say yes, but definitely don't spend too much time on there. It's for your readers, it's not for you. So I hope y'all like this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please be sure to give it a like. And if you're new, subscribe. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.